Welcome, everybody. We ran low on the German budget, so we had to sub German Dave out, and unfortunately, I have to come back. Damn it, I was enjoying my hiatus a little bit more, but here I am back to absolutely annoy you with my absolutely terrible football takes, and probably make fun of Dusan because I haven't been able to do that in months. So, welcome everybody. New brand logo here with a little bit of a couple of weeks of design that we spent on that one. But here to kind of lay you in on what we're doing this year is Canadian Dave.
Yeah, welcome back, Dash. We don't get to see you too much, but it's awesome that we can see you tonight. It's yeah, as you said, German Dave came down with a bit of a sickness here last minute. They overwork him. That hustle
Probably.
culture, man.
Yeah, I mean it is, but like the weird thing they did to get me back is they threatened to start having me pay child support, so I ended up coming back with milk.
So yeah, that's going to be a bit of a theme, as you'll find out as we reveal what we're looking to do for this coming season. Guys, we're busy. We're trying to make everything work, of course. So that is why we are going to change the format a little bit. All right, in the comments already. I mean, if you have funny comments like this, I'm all for it. Ciao ragazzi. Minute of silence for Arthur, please. And could we also have a minute for Di Gregorio and perhaps Perlin? Because breaking, I guess it's fairly breaking, not official quite yet, but yeah, we we are getting rid of people here with a few days left to go. So we'll talk a bit about that, of course. We'll talk a bit about a Juve because that's I guess traditionally what we are. But I mean, traditionally, yeah, we're a Juve channel, right? Are we? Or are we are we changing
I don't know.
focus a little bit?
Are we? We're having issues with what we're identifying ourselves right now.
Midlife crisis, maybe.
Yeah, very, very. I mean, we could be Besiktas channel.
Oh boy. Yeah, another black and white team. And funny enough, and again, something else we'll talk about, Newcastle, who will be playing at 11:30 and then Juve at 12:30. So the black and white stripes are going to be a theme regardless this Sunday. We're going to do a double header.
Yeah, I that's actually funny. A minute of silence for Besiktas because I saw some clips while I was trying to catch up with what's been going on, and he still sucks.
I didn't actually watch the clips.
He's still ass.
I know there was a highlight reel. I scrolled past it.
I'm going to Besiktas. Hey man, I haven't been here in a while, so I have to get my licks in.
Oh boy. Dude, yeah. And guys, the chat, of course. This is going to be a super casual one. One thing I've noticed, and this is another reason why we're going to change focus a little bit, is, I mean, in last year we would have done this with Primo Culture. They just came out with an hour video. I know AJC came out with, their hour video. Everyone's coming out with these hour videos. And the fact of the matter is you guys only have so much time. We only have so much time. So we're going to change our focus more to be like a watch along channel. If you've noticed over the World Cup, we didn't do a lot of pre-recorded content, a few shorts here and there, but it was like every single day we were doing watch alongs. And then within that watch along, we kind of just shot the shit and talked about what we needed to talk about, if you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the original point of the channel, is just to kind of like have this as a way to hang out with your buddies and watch the game? That kind of idea?
Yeah, I would say yes. And do I sound a little bit louder?
Yeah, I told you were a little quiet.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out because you guys, like German Dave got hit with that too, that his volume was low, and then you guys are saying that mine's low. So
You're all well. You sound all right. Dave last time out just sounded like absolute shit.
gotcha. Well, I don't know. Maybe KB's ears have kind of gone because he's old and hasn't heard my voice in a while. So
Or you're a year older now. You're a little more calmer. You're not yelling so much.
No, I'm still full of testosterone and cum. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Those 30s, man, I tell you, those 30s, the T starts dropping off.
Yeah, except everything fucking hurts when I get up.
You're at that point already.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
I'm gone.
Yeah. Well, you have a few and that's the thing, right? You have a few injuries when you carry that. Man, it doesn't take much anymore.
No, no. Hey, at least I can say I'm a summer league champion. So we beat a bunch of youngsters. So
Roberto saying try your 40s. I'm currently trying my 40s out as well.
please, please don't. Please don't tell me that. I'm hoping that, hey, it gets better. Yeah, just like nah, tragically worse.
What happens is it takes a few years as you continue to act like you're still in your 20s and you keep on pounding through, and then
Mhm.
eventually you get to the point where it's like, okay, I've accepted my new reality, and you're gonna do a lot more bitch type exercises, if you will, just to maintain mobility and you know not be
Yeah,
sore
yeah.
constantly.
I know. Unfortunately, I know.
So this is, I mean, 3 years now, as you can see on the logo. I guess I should bring up the logo. I can do that on the side, but
Jeez, have we been doing this
as
for
the
3 years?
dive, yeah, I mean, as
As
the
the
dive,
dive.
it has been three
Okay.
years.
I'm like, it
So
feels like you and I have been doing this for like 4 or 5.
we've been doing it for I think closer to 6. Like if you go all the way back to when we kind of like we're doing it
Oh
on other
shit.
channels.
Yeah.
It's it's been a while, man.
We're a bunch of internet whores.
It's been quite a while. So yeah, there's the logo, the new one. We took inspiration off, I guess, a traditional football crest, if you will. Um, and we wanted something that show like we called ourselves the dive, and it does have multiple meanings. We kind of again hanging out with your boys, watching the game, kind of like at a dive bar. That was always part of it. We're big on racing. If you haven't seen, I was at the Indy last weekend, put some Indy stuff up. But like you dive into the corner if you're racing, and of course, like soccer's full of diving or football, if you will.
In the good way
Is
and the bad
that
way.
is that Di Gregorio? Actually, it was taken off a photo of Ter Stegen. Um, I mean, it's not Ter Stegen. But it's one of his famous like saves. And then I flipped it because I wanted it to go the other way. So it's actually Ter Stegen,
Mm.
if you must know. But I mean,
Homage to our German guy.
he's the
You
one
know.
that.
Yeah.
Man, Dave was such a hard ass on me for a good reason, right? Like we want to make sure that we lock this in. But he's like, no, font's got to be lighter. The lines have to be thicker. The goalie's not right, And it was like tweak, 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 and we finally settled on something here a couple days ago. So this is it. Anyways, let us know what you think. It is. We've kept with a flat design as well because it obviously has to work all over the place. Man, like we almost went with like a more complicated design because it looks nicer when it's blowed up like this. But when it's nice and small, it loses all the detail. So
Hmm.
you know, this is
I'll
what it
use
is.
this. It'll be. We'll use that logo. Sponsor my fall team.
Your
Put it on the
fall team.
put it on
Yeah.
the
Well,
kids.
what do you got going on in the footy world?
Now we've got over 30s now. No, we wrapped up the end of July. We wrapped up a really long summer season. We ended up being the best in our region essentially with our win in the finals. Uh, the cool thing about it was it's been us, like it's the team is essentially encompassed of all of me and some close friends that have been playing together for a decade, and that was for championship number 6, and our team is 6
Mm,
and 0 in finals. So the funny thing about it was when we played our first season 10 years ago, we had silver jerseys, and when they did the jersey selection, it was random. We didn't even pick. They gave us the silver kits. And it was kind of interesting because it was like, hey, when we wore silver, we had like again one of the best seasons ever, and we were kind of sitting there, and it's like, oh, it's destiny, because
mm,
the way that the league is kind of improved, it's pulled from people all over the place, and we essentially, this league was pretty decently competitive. And originally we thought it was supposed to be over 30s, but they paired us in with youngsters, especially like, college youngsters and things like that. And our average age was 32, 33 years old for the roster. So like I was more of a manager slash I would play, but I would kind of organize the team, and then I would step in whenever the shape's set up and we were good and things like that, and I'd get my minutes there. But we ran through it, went all the way through, went to the final. It was again, we're playing this really good like young team, and I think they only had the only goal they scored on us was because they hit the ball and it just took a weird off bounce off the post and then landed in front of their other guy, but. No, we ran through it and won the whole league. I mean, for me, it was pretty awesome because, last year this time I had no Achilles and I came back and won a championship. So,
Beautiful.
um, yeah, I mean, again, the fall leagues are just for shits and giggles, but the big one, we won the big one in the summer. So, now we're all
Awesome.
kind of just chilling.
Congrats. I have some real life footy stuff going on too. I haven't had a chance to talk about this yet. I'm actually pretty excited. And this goes back into trying out your 40s. I've been injured essentially for 5 years off and on because of what I mentioned earlier. You just keep on like going back hard like you're in your 20s and you fail and you relapse. So I finally got good and got consistent long enough to be able to get back into shape. And I am now an assistant coach for a youth team in town. And I'm going to be doing my coaching licenses and courses and whatnot throughout the fall winter break as well.
I can love to see Dave on the touchline. Hey, go bob yourself there, bud. Come on, bud. Do better,
Yeah,
bud.
I'm gonna start small, of course, with like I was just helping out with an under 15 team house league, like just recreational stuff, right? I'm not gonna go off the deep end right off the
The
bat.
kid's giving you his like, is that the puberty talking or is that you?
No, it was pretty fun, honestly. Like it was good. I'm just learning the ropes, but I think that's like the next phase, right? We've spent, as we just said, 6 years doing this, talking about it, and quite honestly, like I went from just being a fanboy to like actually half-ass knowing what I'm talking about now. At least I think so, you know. But like I've learned a lot in the past few years, and I think I'm just ready to take a different challenge in terms of football. I know I can't really play anymore so much, so
I'm so proud of you.
yeah, let's move it on. So that's to say, I don't know. I guess it's going to give me a different perspective as well. So when we do these watch alongs, more of a coaching perspective, but we'll see. Canadian Juventus fans, yeah, absolutely. There's a shit ton of Canadian. Do you know how many Canadian content creators alone? Well, there's AJC, D-Ball Lexa, Lexi there. She's Canadian. Man, who else? There are a few. There's definitely a few, like some Twitter accounts and whatnot. Definitely a few on the Twitter side. Yeah, dude. Canada's big, US, of course, Australia, New Zealand. We saw the preseason tour there. Juve is fucking everywhere, dude. Yeah, like literally everywhere. And yes, I'm of Italian background. Dash, you're Albanian.
Yeah, so I'm right across the Adriatic.
I like actually was born in Albania, so it's more
Yeah,
than I can say for Italy. I'm second gen.
I'm the Mexicans of Europe. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. The Mexicans. Oh man. Yeah, and then we had German Dave, who wasn't Italian either. He's just German, with a Turkish background. So, man,
You just
Juve,
thought we were cool. That's it.
we're everywhere, man, everywhere, and that is the community, right? Like, you can literally go at. So I was at the IndyCar, for instance, the race on Wednesday, and I saw a little kid with it was Juve's black kit from last year, their third kit. I was like, oh, cool. So I talked to his dad for a little bit, you know. So it was just they're everywhere. They're literally everywhere. And yes, Blue Aaron's asking if you like F1. Me more so than Dash. I don't know. Are you getting into it this year?
No, I've been getting into it. I've been enjoying it. I've been, secretly rooting for Ferrari, even though I don't want you to know that.
I mean, Lewis Hamilton's in second. it's an okay year. An okay year. But we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow and Sunday, Dutch Grand Prix.
Yeah, unfortunately, Antonelli is running you guys like it's nothing.
Antonelli makes me hate Mercedes a bit less. So
Yeah, I figured because you don't have George just dive bombing people.
okay, so this is actually something I want to talk about. And man, we're already off topic, but that's all right because this is just gonna be one of these shows to kind of like, man, it's been a while. Let's just kind of get back into the season.
Yeah, and then if people want to ask us specifically on something, they can, and then we can just segue into it. So if there's anything you guys want to really kind of have us give you a thought on, then we can.
Oh, of course. I mean, there's so many transfers all over the place. Like we can spend hours just talking about the transfers, but we're not necessarily going to do that tonight because I mean, we do videos. We do videos on it. So just catch what was the last one I did now? It wasn't Lakumi. Nancy, I can't even keep track. Macario was the last one. Yeah, there's been a few. It's been a good off season. But yeah, Blue Baron, Williams fan. You must be old school because Williams used to be cool. And yeah, they're a rough team these days. Back, but I mean they got some history.
Voice sounds like a robot.
Yeah, you were chopping out there a little bit.
Was I? Interesting.
You're good again though. You're good. Okay.
Yeah, Taco Bell Wi-Fi.
Probably stealing. You live across the road from a Taco Bell, don't you?
No, I don't. I live significantly far away from a Taco Bell.
Did you hear
You
Waffle House?
Okay, yeah, I'm listening.
Waffle House is selling tacos now?
It's Waffle House. What do you expect?
I know, but they're selling tacos. I don't know, dude. It's America. You guys do everything. You guys are crazy.
Oh man.
Yes. Okay, man.
Yes.
Let's get this out because I don't want to ramble too much. We talked about the branding, the change. Of course, I mean that's visual. People can see that. But what are we actually doing with the channel? And I guess that's to say just more football. All the football. We're going to do all the football. So we're going to pick a game each weekend. Doesn't matter which league it is, honestly. I mean, it's probably going to be the top 4 leagues, more likely than not. But it could technically be from anywhere. And we're gonna cover it. We're gonna go everywhere. And we're just gonna enjoy football. And instead of just dragging out with Juve, and that's not to say we're not gonna cover Juve whatsoever. But instead of just going week in, week out, through all the highs and through all the lows, and go through that emotional roller coaster, we're just gonna try to enjoy football. And it doesn't matter what kind of football it is. And that's not to say we're not Juve fans anymore. But I think we're just fans of the sport. I think that's fair to say. We just enjoy the sport.
Well, I think yes, and then also I think there's a little bit of, I'm just going to be flat out honest. There's Juventus fatigue.
There's a bit of that.
Like there has been, like, especially like for example last season and then the prior season with Mota and Goofdor. It's just been like it's annoying. Like I'm just gonna be blunt. For me, from my perspective, it's annoying because at this point it's just one of those things where like Juve act like a mediocre, just shithouse group of individuals during that time frame. I'm not gonna say with Carnevale and everything going on right now that it's a shithouse, but I still think like, yeah, have they done some good things? I still think they have to just kind of go from Car. God damn it, Car. But like looking at it from that perspective, yeah, like this team, I'll give it a shot, but like I want to give it a shot before I really like jump onto going in depth and doing kind of what we have been. And it's, we've squeezed and skinned this Juventus cat so damn much to the point where it's like, I don't even know if there's any remains at this point. So I think if the team starts playing good and there's like a good level of consistency or good form, I think we could probably start going into covering that. But like, again, I haven't been present for most of the watch alongs the last season, and some of those games were absolutely atrocious, and Dave was on stream. bearing with the shithousery, and I got to give it to you.
It's we do this because it's a passion, right? We're not doing it because we're making money or anything. Like we've said that before, but it's worth repeating. It's because we love the sport, and yes, we love the team, but for reasons that we explain, we've grown and we've learned so much doing. I don't know, Dash. Like, do you think your just general footballing knowledge has
Yeah,
kind of
I think
increased?
I would say so, and I would think again, like doing all this and kind of understanding the financials and like doing our in-depth breakdowns on new players that have come in, it gives us the ability to kind of go out and overreach because it's like, um, let's be honest, Serie A is not really good. And from a targeted market as well too, it doesn't have as much general growth and
Mhm.
also the saturation that's happened. So I think for us, as well as like again as a brand, for us to really kind of broaden our scope, we want to target like for example the Premier League or the Bundesliga or La Liga because when we used to do our crossover videos with folks from those clubs, we used to get some really good discussion, some good people in the chat and in the conversations, but you know, they wouldn't consistently stay because we kind of put it into one scope, one lane. Whereas I think now, if once we start covering, you know, more of these watch along style games where it's just kind of us letting loose and just covering the game and not trying to, you know, imitate and be like this commentator and corny reaction channels where we take our shirts off after a goal or something like that. Um, I think again, like for example, that's why I think we can, you know, cover Liverpool games, cover Man City games, cover some of the other games that have a little bit more drama, that have a little bit more engagement. Until like for example, you know, if Serie A becomes the premier weekend watch for people, then you know that'll be more of the focus. And sure, it'll increase in terms of quality, but I think it's more the thing where it's like personally, I'd love to watch and cover an Arsenal game so I could troll people because apparently I've listened to a video where a guy told Patrice Evra that Declan Rice should win the Ballon d'Or because he gives dangerous corner kicks. Like again, that's right now. Like that's where the excitement is. That's where all the shithousery is. Like for example, hey, PSG's probably going to play Dembele in like 10 League 1 games because they're just going to rotate their whole fucking squad and save
Mhm.
them all for Champions Leagues. Like things like that. Because like right now, I mean, the only thing that everyone's kind of flabbergasted is, wow, Inter only got 15 million for winning the league. Well, yeah, because Serie A is run by a bunch of dumbasses. There's nothing else to go around that. It's just literally what it is. And don't even get me started with the whole Paolo Maldini and other shithousery that happened with Pirlo. Thank God Pirlo didn't get the job because holy fuck.
Yeah,
Um,
Italian
and
soccer national team is it's rough, man.
and you know I want to cover the Turkish league because I love to see a certain individual flop at Besiktas just so I can laugh my ass off. But that's just me being petty. But again, I think it gives us again more of a general discussion because, especially when Juve were really struggling the last year and a half, it just again it's a repeated conversation of who needs to get sacked, why Douglas Luiz sucks, why Coop Miners is Poop Miners, why we need more Italians. Again, next week later, why we need more Italians. Next week later, why we need more youngsters. Next week later, why we need more Italians. So we can kind of broaden this out now and have a little bit more fun. We're like, that's kind of what we did during the World Cup. And we were kind of just having fun essentially with certain calls, certain takes. I got to make fun of Argentina. Um, and again, I would like to sit there and commentate on some of this Premier League stuff and see what's going on. And I'm going to be honest with you. I want to troll the living hell out of Barcelona because I live for that shit. It is great. Nothing gets me more excited than a triggered Barcelona fan. So I think that's kind of why us as a group, the three or the triple D's here, want to kind of start branching out a little bit and covering a little bit more because it's again, it gives us more of an entertainment factor. And I guarantee you most of the people in this chat watch those games, watch other games, watch and keep tabs on other leagues. If you're, you know, in here and you're strictly doing Juve, Hey, power to you. I give it to you. Awesome. But looking at it from that perspective, I'm sure all of you guys watch other leagues, you watch other things, and why not? Let's talk about that stuff.
I'm excited for it. And here's my issue that I've kind of had is that because of this channel, I had to first and foremost just know everything about Juve, which again is cool because I wanted to. There's the passion. And then as an extension, just know a lot about Serie A. But because it demanded so much time to know so much about the one league, I completely ignored everything else. It's like you're at the buffet and all you're taking are the chicken wings. Like there, there's so much more food at the table, right? So I want to go and broaden those horizons, and I think that's going to be better for our perspective as well. So when we do come back and focus back in Italy or focus back on Juventus, we have more of an outside looking in instead of just this very biased stuck on the inside within that walled garden, so to speak, right? So I think just from what we can offer you, we'll be able to grow even more, and that's what this is about, right? It's about growing. This is our third season as the dive. Like we said, 6 years me and Dash have been doing this. Like what me and Dash, if anybody watched us, and I think Jay Carr was probably the only guy in the chat currently that saw us on Bianco Neri Zone when we first started doing this, I guess, as guests, right? Like it's completely different. We're different dudes like 6 years ago, right? Like how much have we changed just as people
You
in
were
the past
soft
6 years?
little soft little babies back then. Now we're just riddled, angry, hard men. Always hard.
Very, very bitter from covering Juve for the past 6 years. Yeah, disgruntled old men.
Disgruntled old men that are just tired of dealing with the online community too, content creator community.
Well, I mean, it's bad. It's bad across, especially the Premier League. It's horrible. The Liga, people on social media are gonna always be the same in that regard. But again, it's keeping our head out of the sand and not having this like super hard personal connection because like, oh, this guy said something bad about Juve.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because it's just kind of like kind of giving you guys a little bit of behind the scenes of the content community. Everybody there it's interesting. They're very I don't know if I want to how I want to describe it, but they're one person on the camera and they're totally someone else behind the camera, and it's very interesting. In the football creating community, and I'll even say the Juve community too. It's a very unique blend of people, and I think here the me that you see on camera is the me that you're going to see if you follow me on social media or talk to me outside of here. For me, again, like kind of what Dave says, I just don't give a damn. Like, cool, if I ever blow up and become famous, I don't really care. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. I just like to go to sleep and watch my cartoons.
Some people are doing this to become famous. I think is what it comes down to, and we're doing it because we love it. And that's not to say I don't want to just say it's Juve or this is content creators in general outside of the footballing world, just across the board. A lot of people they do it as a hobby. They start out and then if they make it big, it's just like celebrities or athletes, right? They make it big and they start turning into prima donnas and they start making it all about themselves.
Yeah. Hey,
So
at least we were cool. We would pull like 6 or 7 of you guys from the chat into pro clubs, and we'd play pro clubs right after the Saturday night stream. Those
yeah,
were the days.
those were the days. I know we've all gotten so busy, but those were fun times. But yeah, at the end of the day, and that's something we've always tried to promise you guys is what you see on camera here is like this is us. Like if you were to run into me on the street, you would recognize me as a person, kind of thing, and you wouldn't be like, oh, this guy seems fake or whatever. But
We're
if you think
definitely
I'm
more.
fake, that's who I am.
We're definitely more racist off camera. No,
Okay, I mean there are certain things we won't say on
Yeah, no.
camera for obvious reasons, right? But yeah, I mean
awkward
we're
pause.
probably a little more off.
Oh,
our
very,
rockers.
very off the rockers. Because here I can't do most of the stuff here because there'll be receipts and I can't be can't have that.
Yeah, professional lives as well. There's certain things we can't say about work.
Yeah,
You know.
very much so. Yeah. Okay, so I kind of want to go back to this. So Carlos Baleba. I don't know who, signed for United for 70 million there. Surely money laundering. Absolutely. Have you not seen Breaking Bad? Man United is absolutely cooking meth or something insane at Old Trafford because it ain't a winning football team.
I'm
But
actually going to be very interested once like financial reports and everything come out. Like for Juve, for instance, how we've spent the most out of any Serie A team this year, and we haven't really made sales. Like,
yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
here's the thing, right? Because and this is where you have the league discrepancy, and we've covered that in like videos in general, where like the Premier League could sell a flop for 90 million, and someone
Mhm.
like Aston Villa could buy it. Villa's technically top four. I'm kidding. Like Sunderland or like West Ham or something stupid, they could buy someone for 60, 70 million because it's really nothing to them. I mean, you'd be surprised, but like most of these English teams' transfer budgets are, 200, 300 million easy due to TV deals, all different kinds of revenue. Where a lot of people don't really understand is that TV deal that they have that gives them 2 billion in just TV revenue per season for the Premier League to distribute amongst the teams is insane. Like that is one of the biggest things that you could throw on a team. And I know people sit there and be like, yeah, the Champions League, you didn't win it, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, like, Arsenal haram balled the fuck out of everybody. And with all due respect, Pep Guardiola was like burnt out. I saw the clip. I divorced my wife because of no passion. So apparently the beatdown from Juve made him just rage quit so hard. He yelled at the team in the locker room saying his players have no passion. He's like, I divorced her, most beautiful woman in the world. I love her so much. I bang her so much. But you want to know why? No passion. I don't care if you are good players or world class. If you have no passion, it is not there. And but I think again, like for example, that team, the Premier League is gonna always have this kind of discrepancy, and it's just absolutely nuts. And there's not really much we can do until Serie A figures out a way to be more marketable.
well, here are the top transfers. Morgan Rogers, 138. This is all euros. I mean, just right off the bat, like what?
Yeah, Morgan Rogers. I mean, what has he done that's essentially stipulated that?
I have no idea, really. Like, I'm not. I'm
Elliot
not going to say
Anderson.
that these guys should not be going for big money, but this is 138 million.
Here's the thing, right? When we look at it 10 years ago, players that are moving at that level or that price are Gareth Bale, Ronaldo, like
Neymar.
Neymar.
We know what happened with him, of course, but
So
at the
it's like
time,
you look at that, right? And it's insane to me because, like, for example, Tonali joined Tottenham, which is nuts for 108.
108. And we were here last season trying to go for
We'll get him for
60. You know,
60. We'll get him for 60. Like the only team like and that's what's crazy to me is just like Chelsea would never be dropping like consistently 138 million, but like now they can. Manchester City 135. Those are numbers that like at some point I would sit there and be like only Real Madrid is stupid enough to waste that kind of money. But then look, you have fucking Tottenham dropping 200 million on Mateus Fernandez and Sandro Tonali.
yeah.
Like do you not see, like, for example, especially for Fernandez, do we not see how insane that level of inflation is where he's valued at 50, but apparently he's worth 90?
No, yeah, he went for double his valuation. At
Even
least
like,
Tonali valued at 80. That's 28 over. We're talking about 49 over for Fernandez.
in the thing here, and I'll even kind of roast AC Milan, the fact that they paid
Yeah, they
74
got
for
played.
Ramos. Like, that is nuts to me.
Valued at 30. Again, and that's well over double in that case.
And here's the other one. How the hell can Barcelona afford Gordon for 80 million? And apparently they're gonna try to spend 70 to 80 for Rodri.
There's something going on this
I was gonna
this
say,
off season.
what is Yamal doing? Selling OnlyFans pictures for the club or something? Like, I
Now I
mean,
wondered. Sorry, a thought just popped into my head. The World Cup inflation. Like how much of this is World Cup inflation?
I can tell you Gordon for sure.
Fernandez. I guess he had. I don't know.
I don't even remember him playing often for Portugal. Nobody on that Portugal team had a good tournament.
True enough. I mean, Tonali didn't even show up to the tournament. Diomandi, okay, yeah. He didn't do tons, but he showed up. He was there.
Yeah, but I mean, like for example, his value is 90, and then like someone paid 125. I'm like, okay, that's not too insane.
And he's
Hey.
19. He's the youngest one here.
Yeah, same thing. Like for example, with Elliot Anderson, I'm like, okay, I get that. But like when you look at some of these where it's like double their value and in the amount that they've spent on them, it's just nuts.
Savino, I don't know if Savino would make. This is all the official stuff. Savino, I don't know if it's completely done. But
So, like for
Cucurella,
example, look at
55.
Hoyland to Napoli for 44 million. That's actually a pretty decent deal.
That's not bad. Yeah, there are good deals in this list, we should say.
Yeah, like that's good business. But like some of these where I'm looking at, like I'm like, are some of these guys actually worth the amount, like the inflation that's been going on? Like, Fernan Torres to PSG for 48, which I still don't understand how the hell they're gonna afford some of that stuff. Because 48 million isn't gonna cover for Gordon and Ademi and Rodri. But you know, Barca's UEFA's little puppy, so you're not
And
gonna go after them.
we should note here two Italian teams. So one Milan, when this happened too, this happened right at the beginning of the transfer market, 74 mil for Ramos. That was insane. And then you have to go down
I'm
to
I'm gonna be
Poland.
honest with you. I think Serie A teams are fucking stupid for funding PSG as much as they did with us and Kolo Muani, and then with Goncalves Ramos. Insane,
And then the whole Suzuki fiasco as well. Like
insane.
they're not easy to deal with.
I didn't get to comment on it because we hadn't gone live or done anything. But like personally for me, I think the Kolo Muani deal for Juve had to have been the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Not a huge fan of it.
Like, do you know the numbers off the top of your head?
How much we paid?
Yeah, I mean, it should
Yeah,
pop up
let's
on here. It should be on this list.
let's search them out. I don't know. I don't want to start scrolling all the way down.
Like,
Do they have final numbers? And
41,
okay, 41.2, but there are bonuses. I think
45.
it pushes 50 still. 38 plus 12. Yeah, see?
12.
Yeah, it pushes 50.
That to me is insane. That you still somehow are able to recuperate close to 50 million for a player that only scored 2 to 3 goals last year. And it's like maybe I'm missing something here, but like I don't understand how you would even remotely think that you could getting this guy is a good idea. Because he had a good spurt with Tudor? Like, I mean,
We have to, I guess, be a little bit realistic though for a starting striker.
you
But the
have
way the
David.
market is, how much? Like, I don't think you could really pay much less than this.
You
But like,
you
he's
have
not a pure number
you
nine.
you have David.
Gonna start getting people upset.
No, I know, but like I'm saying, like for example, we essentially traded, like we got rid of. Okay, it's essentially a French less expensive Doosan
Yeah.
because
Now
like
this is we gotta talk. Let's bring David into this
German Dave
because no,
or
not German
Jonathan
Dave,
David.
Jonathan David. uh, so I know in our Discord and definitely on Twitter, like there's people on Twitter that just straight out come out and say that they hate David and they need to have him gone.
I'm not gonna lie, in EAFC 26, because I've been doing a playthrough with Juve, he pisses me off because he like takes too long to pass and doesn't have good positioning.
Let's
I'm
base this
sorry.
on a video game.
I just wanted to be toxic.
Okay, so what I want to hit, and I don't want to have the conversation so much. Is David good? Is he bad? This, that, whatever. Like, number one, here's what I have always done, and I think on this channel we have always been pretty fair when there's a player that comes to the club, especially someone from outside the country, different league, and certainly just a new team. Like the data is out there that shows like that first year is typically not great. And it takes 2-3 years. And we've talked about that too, just in real life, in a job, that it takes at least like 6 months, a year, 2 years, depending on like how technical the job is. Sometimes even 3 years to like kind of get your feet underneath you to start a new job. So why is it that we have this demand that a player coming from outside the country needs to immediately perform? That's the first thing. But then when they don't perform, and then we say we need to get rid of them, why is it that certain players, David in this situation, gets crucified, but Kolo Muani, who, I mean, didn't have a spectacular half season with Juve when he showed up, didn't have a spectacular season last year. And granted, Tottenham just had a shit season last year. But you can say the same with David. Juve had a shit season last year. So is it David's fault? Why is it that somebody like Kolo Muani gets the second chance with the fans? Vicario, even. Maybe to a lesser extent. But
Because he's
also
Italian. That's easy. He's Italian.
So why is it that certain people get a second chance and others don't? Like Toon Koopmeiners. First year, he was shit. Okay, new coach. Next year, let's see what happens. Give him a second year. He's shit. Okay, now we can say Toon Koopmeiners is shit. We gave him the 2 years. If we can give Toon Koopmeiners a couple seasons before we completely write him off, why is it that somebody like Jonathan David is like, 1 season, go fuck yourself?
Yeah, see, that's because, like, for example, for me, it's just like you got him on a free, and for me, it's just like, why not just give him another run at the ball? But at the same time, it's just like we need to build his stock up so we can move him if we end up wanting to move him. But like, I don't know, like I hope Colo does well. But I don't like dealing with PSG because PSG will sell you a toothbrush and tell you it's an electric toothbrush, even though it's a toothbrush that you can buy from the dollar store. And that's why I get frustrated because it's just like PSG is so damn good at this shit is they will sell you their trash for a premium. And and my question, my understanding is I'm trying to understand like why we're sitting there and it's just like, oh great, we need to get Colo. We need to get Colo. Like, is there nothing else out there? Was there nothing that we could just take a risk on or go for it? And that's true. Chelsea and PSG could sell sand to a beach, and that's what they do. And it irritates me. It frustrates me that we continuously buy into it. Because what? Because Colo outperformed Dusan? Which isn't really that difficult to do.
But Colo did the exact same thing where he shows up in the first couple of games.
And then he disappeared.
And did Jonathan David not do the same thing? He scores the first couple games and then disappears. Like, is this a player's fault? Is it the striker's fault? Or is it the actual team? Because we've also been saying for years, you need a midfield. What are your strikers going to do if they don't get service? And did we have a fucking midfield last year?
And do we have a midfield that knows how to create chances?
If Dougie can stop being a bitch and actually make some blue collar moves.
If Douglas Luiz can fit into the 4-2-3-1 that Spalletti likes to play, then I think your strikers are going to have a better season. That's where I'm going with this. I think again, if you have a consistent thing, and maybe David did get a bunch of service because honestly, I was not present much for last season.
I mean, he missed his sitters, but I keep on reminding people, just go back to that video that we made when he showed up, and that is what I said is he will miss sitters. It's expectations, right? And we're not revising history. It's just we're as a collective fan base forgetting history, right? We're only focusing on the history, on the person that we decide to hate at any given moment. And then for some other character, in this case, it's Kolo Muani. And I'm generalizing, of course, just from what I see, what I collect over social media, right? Like, how many goals did Kolo Muani get when he was with us?
12, I think. Like 12 for a half season.
Eight.
Tentos, is 6 the Serie A goals, or is that with all comps?
See,
Because
I'll
if
put in
that's all
David.
comps, that is abysmal.
I think it was 6 in Serie A, and then I think he got a couple in the Champions League. And I'm not saying it's
No,
great,
he
but
didn't have a great season.
so he got 8 total.
Yeah, that is abysmal. It's not a great season, but at the same time, I don't know if it's something that we just want to throw him to the bin because there's not really much you can do with it, right? Where it's like, I don't know. For me, my only issue is that I have is like, for example, why are we revisiting players that we once had and we're bringing them back? Because that never works out well for us.
Not typically. And again, I didn't want to focus on one single individual. Now let's say, okay, so Jonathan David got 8 total in all appearances, and Colomani got 8 total in half a season. Right? So is Colomani better? Sure.
From an efficiency standpoint, yes.
But now let's look at the numbers. Colomani, we spent 10 million to loan him for half a season, and now we're spending another 50. David was a free. Right? So it's about fan expectations. And this is just reinforcing the fact of why we want to branch out and kind of troll all the other teams, because we get so frustrated when we have these conversations, because I'm going to call out, and I have called out the fan base before. We pick and choose what we're going to fucking praise and what we're going to bitch about. We're fucking fickle. And we'll go and completely crucify the one guy, and the next guy does the exact same thing, and this guy's cool. Right? Like, what are we as fans if we can't at least just support our players, whether they're good? Like, if Di Gregorio was the starting goalkeeper this year, you support him, right? It's who you got. And this is my next problem: is we're paying Spalletti to work with what he's got, essentially, right? His second season, he has a little bit more say, but when you look at the great coaches out there, Ferguson, Conte, Pep, Arteta, whatever, and they do have their systems, they have their style of play, but they also know when they have certain profile, and that's what they have, they will work with those profiles and make the system work and move players in different into different areas, into different positions. I mean, Spalletti tried to do that with Toon Koopmeiners out of necessity. Sure, I'm not trying to completely trash Spalletti, but at the same time, the coaches have to stop being a prima donna as well. If all you have is David up top, which is all he had last year, maybe he should have played a system that worked with the only striker you fucking had. Instead, he's like, this is my system. You must fit in the system. Oh, you're not fitting in the system? Oh, I don't want you in my team anymore. I need somebody else.
You also have to take it into account that Yildiz fell off a cliff.
He was playing injured, I'm still convinced.
After March or April.
Mm-hmm. But the whole team did, right? And this is why, like, it's a team. And I'll bitch about my we had the annual general meeting for the soccer club that I'm now a part of. Home here.
You're such a boomer.
Yeah. And most of the people were good. I'm the only one in the club that doesn't have like actual kids playing in the club. I'm just that weirdo because I love the sport so much that I'm just doing it even without the kids.
So you're the one that'll text in there saying my kid's the best one on the team and all that stuff just to rage bait parents.
I probably will, yeah, just to fuck with them. But there was a couple parents there last night that they had their issues and they want to present them, and it started with, oh well, my daughter, or oh well, my son. This is a club meeting from U6s to the U18s, competitive, recreational, and you're talking about the U15 girls team and your daughter. This is the annual general meeting for
Your
the
kid
900
sucks,
people involved.
Dave.
What's that?
Your kid sucks, said
Oh,
Dave.
Dave, yeah. But it's that mentality, right? Where it is a soccer club. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of people that work. Probably thousands when you're looking at all the tiers. When you look at Juve as a company, they have all the different youth clubs. I know there's one in Toronto, there's one in LA. They have them all over the world. Australia. It's a whole system, right? And if everyone from like the U9 Bangladeshi, Juventus club, Thailand, or whatever the fuck it is, all the way up to the first team with Luciano Spalletti, why is it like the mentality was from players, from the coaches? Oh, well, this is the way I need it. How about we work with what we have? And that is my biggest contention with Spalletti and the way the first team is run right now.
I think right now I think we don't have the luxury to say this is what
We
I
don't.
want. We don't. Because like for example, when you're in Man City, you're like, okay, Kevin De Bruyne's gone. Let's run the AI system, get a player that's close to him. Boom, Shaqiri, and it's easy to acquire him because you're Man City. Where I think with us, unfortunately, and it's going to be the case for a couple of years, is we don't really have that luxury where we could sit there and pick and choose what we want and X, Y, and Z. Like, did David have a good season? Absolutely not. I think David was atrocious. I mean, like it wasn't. There was some moments where I was just like, dude, holy hell. Um, is it worth? Can you get him another season? Sure, because who else is going to take him right now? Nobody's going to take him. So you're going to have to try to find a way to re-engage him. But it's a better investment to try to re-engage him than it is, like, for example, Dusan. Because it was lucrative with everything that we did with him. It was insane. But again, it's a really weird situation because would I like to hire scouts that bring in wonder kids all the goddamn time and we could end up flipping that and becoming a profit, but most of the old dogs will sit here and whine and bitch about it. They'd sit there and be like, why are we just bringing in a bunch of little kids and blah, blah, blah? Because I was listening to Patrice Evra talk to, I think his name is JFTV or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Luca.
Yeah, the Italian with like the British accent.
Yeah, that's Luca.
Sometimes gives like the most outlandish takes. So I know he's a kid.
He's been getting
Evra
roasted on socials lately too.
Oh, really? Poor kid.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing against the guy, but I mean, it's what it is, I guess.
I always kind of keep forgetting. I'm like, he sounds British, but he's Italian, so it's like kind of funny. But he was talking to Evra, and he was like, Evra, what is, what do we need to get to the next level? I feel like we're not there yet. And Evra's like, dude, you need experience. You have players that have no experience on that roster. He's like, when I walked in there, it was Gigi, Bonucci, Barzagli, and Chiellini. He's like, that it was there, and then you had Tevez. Then you had Marquisio. Like, you had experience with that roster sprinkled in with like a bunch of youth. And that's what made, easier for players like Dybala to get in. It made it easy because it was interesting because I remember this too. Like when we purchased Dybala back then and he came in and Dybala wasn't doing that well. And Patrice went up to him. He's like, bro, like with his French accent, why are you playing? He's like, what are you doing? Like, relax. He told Dybala, relax, man. Stop putting all this pressure on you. Us, the old guys, will take care of that for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting because they also talked about the 15-16 season when I think it was like 11 match days. We only had like 3 wins and everyone was like fucking freaking the fuck out and saying Sack Allegri and blah, 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 this. And Patrice kind of was like, he talks about how him and Gigi called a meeting and all the senior guys were in there. And one of the old guys was saying, we need to sack Allegri. You know who he was, Bonucci. And they all talked about it. Like the senior players talked with the younger players, and then they sorted it out. And guess what? They went on one of the most spectacular win streaks I've ever seen because they had that meeting right before the Torino game. And they had the old guys pull everyone in and sit there and be like, yo, hey, we need to sort this shit out. Like, everybody sit down, shut the fuck up, and listen. Where, unfortunately, with this current Juve squad, Locatelli's your leader, and no offense to Locatelli, but he doesn't scream leadership qualities to me. And that's kind of one of the recurring issues with this team is it's way too many kids.
Yeah, Loca would
And
be a good lieutenant, but he's not the captain.
Loca has not done anything in his career to give him the level of experience that you can command a team. Because, like, for example, when you look at Gigi, let's look at Gigi because Gigi was the top of the pecking order back then.
Mm-hmm.
World Cup winner. Has gone into the Euros, deep runs into the Euros consistently. Has been with Juventus in the prime days back in the early 2000s. Went to Serie B, came all the way back up. Was part of this 9-season dominance. Chiellini was coming in through the coat trails of that time frame. Same thing with Bonucci as well. Like Barzagli going to, and here's the one thing: Barzagli went into the Bundesliga with Wolfsburg and won a Bundesliga title with Wolfsburg. Like that's insane, especially with how stacked Bayern was back then.
But it
So
was
go ahead.
different that back then, was it not? Like just
And
in general.
and the crazy thing about it is like, for example, Marquisio is essentially on the same plateau as what you would put Locatelli, because at that time he wasn't old, wasn't really old enough to compete with the old dogs, and was like not super young as Locatelli is, and even Marquisio was more decorated than what Locatelli is.
Yeah, and Marquisio wasn't a world beater, but
No.
he had the people around him that they had the team. That's the thing. There was a team surrounding them.
So that when you look at this again, when I look at this roster, everything is raw. There's nothing in this roster that, okay, this guy's done something or been somewhere and done that. Like, we don't have that. If anything, we're less experienced than a Sassuolo team or a Sampdoria team or something like that. Like we don't have any vets.
But that was
Which is
kind of what we were going with. Like, if you're gonna go young, you have to it's got to be the rebuild, and we're not gonna win, right? And we're still trying to make it work. Loca is still the captain.
I would not take Debu at all. He is not the
I'm happy
definition of
that
a
went through.
leader.
Yeah,
I would Allison, sure, but like Debu, holy hell. I
yeah,
don't
I'm
want
happy
that
that
guy
didn't
5 feet
happen.
around Juventus. That guy is a piece of shit. Um, but like again, it just kind of going back to that. It's really weird because it's like we had an experienced guy in Danilo, but yet the fan base ostracized him and hated him.
Well, because
Because
he was starting to make mistakes, but one of the reasons he started to make mistakes, well, age, he started to slow down, of course, but it was this expectation that we still have to be playing this certain style of system. He was essentially overworked for his age. He didn't have the supporting cast anymore. Buffon left, Chiellini left, Bonucci left. He was the only. They didn't fill in the veterans, right? They just kept on patching the holes, and then it got to the point where he couldn't do it all himself anymore. And yeah, I remember that the way the fan base completely turned against him. Like he was our captain, and ever since we got rid of him, there hasn't been anybody as good since in terms of being a captain.
no, because you didn't replace it with experienced players. Because like, again, Coop Myers isn't an accomplished player. He
I
wasn't.
mean, none of them.
You
Yeah,
had
none
you
of them
had
are.
look, man, like you had Dusan trying to run the locker room. You had that guy trying to do it. Because I read reports and I've read things and I've read between the lines as well too. And it goes to say much, but like when he had his farewell posted, nobody on the roster liked that shit or gave a shit about it.
No, it was Weah and the
Fajoli,
Jallo. But Joel, yeah, it was all
yeah,
ex players. Which I mean that's very telling. Because typically, even out of just a formality, it's typically done. And
nobody on the roster wished him well.
do you think Cassie is gonna drop into the locker room?
No,
And
no, he's not.
I don't know about Cassie. He is convicted. of things.
Yeah, I don't think he is. Because like, and one of the things I appreciate about Ronaldo when he was at Juve at the time was like he walked in the locker room, he told, "Hey, we played like shit. We need to
Mhm.
step up our game. We need to do this." Is like again, is Kessie gonna make our midfield better? Yeah. Is it
It
gonna
will.
totally fix things?
Technically,
No.
yes. But I don't know if he's necessarily gonna just drop into a Juventus team and be the leader. Does he have the
Well,
qualities? Perhaps, but I mean that
and
takes time. You can't just parachute into a team and do that.
from a
And
squad,
unless you are like an Ibrahimovic.
yeah, and the problem is from like a squad composition, like this is probably the weakest this team has ever been in terms of squad composition.
I think they did make some good moves for like foundational pieces with Ekator and Begovic.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm saying right now to get like the foundation set, like it's still a ways away.
Mm-hmm.
Because like even like for example, when we came out of Serie B, you still had Buffon, you still had Del Piero, you still had center stone pieces to build the culture. Who on this roster is going to be able to build the culture for anything?
What is
It's
the
going to
culture?
take
Do they even
it.
know what the culture is?
No, they don't. That's why. And I think that that Juve culture is dead. It's gone. And that's where I think like for example the old guys are going to sit there and say this is Inter Turin or things like that. And like unfortunately like whatever this is going to be, it's going to be something totally different cuz like the Juve that everybody knows and came to grew and understand doesn't exist anymore. Like it doesn't exist.
Football in general. Miroslav Klose. I reposted something he put out last week, and I think he's told this story a few times, anyways. But he was just commenting on the and this was 10 years ago. He was kind of noticing this, right? Well, because he hasn't played for a few years now, so this goes back a little bit. So it's only gotten worse. But he was saying that the kids they're more concerned with the color of their boots than they are actually like training to be a champion. And another part of that story was he would go and pick up the balls, but the balls in the bag helped the equipment man out. And the young 20-year-olds were like, Leon, or I have Leon Goretzka in my head now because somebody commented on him. Miroslav, like what are you doing picking up the ball? We have a guy to pick up the balls. Why are you doing that? And he's like, you're 20 years old and you can't help a 60-year-old man pick up a couple of balls at the end of practice. Like, what's wrong with you? And like that's when he had kind of lost faith in modern football and lost the appetite to continue on. And I mean, there's those comments there earlier. Jonathan David's just there for the $6 million paycheck. We also said when he came to the team, Primo probably said it louder than anybody else because he likes to do the whole what's the term there? Like soldier for hire there.
Mercenaries?
Mercenary, thank you. And I mean, yeah, if you do look at a Jonathan David, he saw an opportunity to go to a top 10. I think we're a top 11 team now, Juve, whatever. Get the big payday. He had no connection, Juventus. I mean, he doesn't really have a connection to any of the teams that he's played for. He's just, a Haitian American Canadian that got good enough.
Where'd he go? He cut himself out. I think he got way too passionate and just hit the back button on his thing.
I'm talking with my hands and I hit the back button as I
I see. I just said it. I just said it. I literally just said it. I'm like, Dave got way too into it and probably hit the back button.
yeah. Anyways, like at the end of the day, and whether you want to pick on David, Dusan was bad for it. Chiesa, I mean Arthur, Ramsey, they all stuck around for the paycheck. Every last one of them. So this is modern football. There's very few teams at the top level, especially when you're talking about Premier League these days in Italy. when you're looking at the big teams in Spain, very few of those players are actually there for the club. Unless maybe like Real Madrid because of their history and everyone was a Real Madrid fan as a kid. Sure. But I mean, how many of these guys that Inter have picked up are they bleed black and blue, right?
Maybe Lautaro, and that's it.
You know, Ramos for 74 million. Does he bleed red and black?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like this shit just doesn't really exist so much unless you start going down to those mid lower table teams. Well, I mean, then let's look at Como. Somebody says Chask Fabregas. I don't know, but anyways, you know,
I'm kind of curious to see what they do this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all are, but they didn't have anybody that they just spot people from the outside, and it's working out for them. Sure, but now that's the actual test. They got a bunch of mercenaries to come to Como. Sure, it's a very nice destination. The owner has money. It's a project that's growing, and obviously now in Champions League. But now you have this team full of mercenaries, not even any Italians, and now they have to go to the Champions League. Play those 2 games. What happens? And I'll be very, very surprised if Como can continue to play at that level now that there's all this extra pressure. Because like the champion, from going to no European football ever to the Champions League, we'll see. We'll see if they continue to bleed for that shirt come Tuesday and Wednesday night.
No, I mean, I will say this: Cesc does have them playing a ball that they all enjoy playing and they believe in. So,
and that does say a lot, yeah. And the coach does have a lot to do with it, right? And he is, I mean, a very pleasant surprise in terms of the coaching world because how many of these ex-player coaches completely fall on their face after? Not everyone's going to be a Pep Guardiola, you know, or a Carlo Ancelotti. Some of them are going to be Pirlo's, or what's that? Why am I hate when I forget his name. He's in the 2nd division in the EFL. That fat fuck.
Fat fuck in the 2nd division of the EFL.
We were making fun of him over the World Cup, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, I'm brain farting here on all these guys, but yeah, Cesc Fabregas has something going for him. But once again, that's the team that's getting people to believe. Frank Lampard is not who I was thinking of, but I mean, there's another example. Belief, right? Do these guys instill a belief in their players? And we see Pep, right? Like Pep right now, he has to take a break because he's so exhausted because his whole life was dedicated to Man City and to football and to winning. Is Spalletti gonna do that? Is Allegri gonna do that with Napoli this year?
No, he'll win the title just to spite us.
Just to spite us. But like, is Amorim gonna do that?
Absolutely not.
There are good stories out there in football. I'm not saying it's all doom and gloom. There are these teams, and maybe Como will be one of these teams that will continue down at the top of the league in the top of Europe. And maybe finally we have a bright shining light in this modern football. But by and large, everyone's a mercenary, from the coach to everyone hates Elkin. Elkin's essentially a mercenary. He stumbled into that job. You know, it's like Wolf on Wall Street, but instead of taking the Quaaludes and smashing the Ferrari, he gives the keys away. Elkin got the keys, and now he's smashing the Ferrari. Oh, man. But again, that is why we want to cover all of football. That's why we are going to... Rooney, thank you, Carr. Yes, Wayne Rooney is exactly who I was thinking of, that fat fuck.
I forgot he's a chunky boy now. Totally forgot about that.
And he has a new team every season. That's his trajectory, and it's all in the FL these days.
Sounds like Pirlo.
Yeah.
And there's still people that think he should be coaching us right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've ranted fuck 70 minutes already.
Did we even cover what we wanted to cover? I have no idea. All I know is I just showed up and I was just here and I made jokes. Hi, Car.
No, we just want to vibe. We just want to vibe tonight, get the community back involved, let everyone know what we're doing. And that's the next thing. What the hell are we doing? Talking about we're going to do all these new things. So, this Sunday, we are going to cover Liverpool and Newcastle. That is our first match day.
Oh yeah, that's right. You and German Dave.
Yeah. Now that being said, an hour into that game, Juve will start their game as well. So I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have two screens going and I'm going to cover both at the same time. I'm going to do a bit of a double header with it because it is still Juve's season opener. I am still a Juve fan. That does not change anything. No, but I'm actually super excited to kick off the season with the Newcastle Liverpool match. I think that's going to be a pretty fun one.
Yeah, hopefully Chiesa plays.
Yeah, maybe. You think? Okay, let's talk about Chiesa. Does he finally does he finally become a starter?
No, fuck no.
Okay, I guess fuck Chiesa then. Let's look. Let's bring up the FOT mob. They're only going to go off their last game, so let's see what their starting lineup says off the bat. Newcastle. Barney-Check. They got Hall, Botman, and Dedic. They just picked up Dedic too, didn't they? Yeah, from Benfica. Bamba, Ramsey, not the Ramsey that we love and hate. Barnes, Visa, Alanga, and Osula. I don't know. How do you think about this? Sorry?
Is Chiesa even on the bench? No,
they don't show the bench. And look at how many injuries already for both sides.
Knee injury, cruciate injury. Jesus. Achilles tendon injury. I can relate.
Like a TKO as well as till 2027 January. Liverpool. What do we okay, so Liverpool is secretly kind of my EPL team. I don't know why. I
think it's German Dave's too.
It is German Dave's. What do they do this year? Are they competitors?
I think the Premier League's wide open.
Well, with the Man City, does Man City suck now? Do they become the meme?
I don't think they suck. It's just kind of how are they gonna fall in line under Maresca after being with Pep for as long as they've been?
Yeah, I mean their team is still ridiculous. Starting off with the Bournemouth.
Yeah, because that's where I'm just gonna be curious to see how it goes. Is how they line up with Maresca. I mean, right now, your three would be City, the Pool, and then Arsenal.
Arsenal already taken 3 points right off the bat today.
Yeah, they beat Coventry 3-0. Were they all set piece goals? Were they all off corner kick? Were they all off corner kicks?
Hold on, my dogs are losing it. I'll be right back.
I mean, the irony of this here is he didn't. I don't know how I'm gonna. I can't control. Sorry, guys. Just give me a second here. We'll do this way. Because he left it under control of his screen, so I'm not gonna be able to do anything. So I have to open up my own tab here. That is what we like to call a premature pullout, gang. Here we go. There we go. Bam. Okay. Look at me. I am captain now. Okay, so we have a Havertz goal, a Saka goal, and an Odegaard goal. I'm wondering if they're going to tell me if they're off corner kicks. Because they look like they are. Ah, damn. Oh, maybe if I go on the commentary page.
Yeah, I know. I just left you with the screen. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, apparently. Hey, thanks, pal. No worries there.
That was
I was like
quick at
sitting there.
least.
I'm like, how the hell am I gonna? Okay, so this one, Odegaard initially finds a hole gaping through the defense, finds it. Was it off a corner kick? No, it was not. Okay. Um, yellow card.
And there was some comment about that today too, about why this was the kickoff match. To start the season. Because I didn't get to catch it either. It was would have maybe liked to see Arsenal's first game, but Friday afternoon, not the greatest time slot.
Okay, hey, there were not offset pieces.
I think they just kind of dominated today.
Yeah, surprisingly, because it's a joke that all they score is for set pieces. Oh, Cart wants to know. So, are you back for the watch alongs dash or just some? Damn, he's putting me on the spot. Watch alongs, no. Depending on, like, for example, what time they are. If they're later in the afternoon, I might be able to make them. But if we do like a shits and giggles kind of stream like this, I will prioritize making those.
And we will have to try to find some time midweek as well for these kinds of things. And I think this is kind of how we want to do it, is more lighthearted and just kind of vibe off what has happened throughout the week. This one's obviously a bit messier because there's a whole summer / getting ready for the new season, so less directed, but I feel it's just what happened this week just in Europe instead of deep or whatever's like grinding our gears, I think that's it. It's just vibing off what's grinding our gears or the big talking points.
And I think too, like for example, I know German Dave mentioned it, but he did want to cover do a watch along for an NFL game, so that could be something that I could also jump in for. That's easier for me to do. Is if we were to cover an NFL game.
They're later in the evening for you.
Yeah. Because the issue is like, especially like with Saturday and Sunday, like I will not be able to like be at my desk until like 3:30ish, 4 o'clock ish, and that's when most games are pretty much done. So,
yeah.
And then with work on the weekdays, like you are not going to be able to get me out of my anything until 6 o'clock.
Now, what I'm interested, they haven't given us the details, and I've been trying to get German Dave to watch hockey for a couple years now, but the Oilers and the Bruins are going to Germany, and the Bruins are going to be playing in Munich. They're playing 2 games in Munich for Dave Lips, and he better go to one. Like, just he'll not know a goddamn thing. He'll be there just like this funny guy sitting in an arena, completely clueless. However, man, I really want him. I really hope he does go to one.
Could you imagine puck gets hit out and German Dave's like, "Oh, hey, that's a corner. That's a corner."
No, I think it's just to explore, to expand, right? And just harping back to what we're doing, just trying to explore, watch new stuff. Just like racing. I was an F1 guy. Somebody had even asked in the Discords, like, do you guys watch any other racing or just F1?
You started picking up IndyCar, didn't you?
I went to the Markham Indy last weekend.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I mean, I've been to Canada NASCAR. I've been to NASCAR Cup Series. I've been to IndyCar now. And September 17th, the tickets are on sale for the Montreal Grand Prix. So I'm going to try to get that for next year. But point being, as I stopped kind of being picky with my motorsports as well, I watched some Nürburgring this year.
Stop being old. Let's go. He's like, once I stopped getting picky on my motorsports, spoken like a true F1 snob.
Well, I mean, and that's just it, right? Like, why restrict yourself? Why only watch Serie A? Why only watch the Premier League?
Mr. Dave, you have gone into the flavors of life. You are not doing the simple vanilla ice cream. You are getting chorizo and carne asada.
I had chorizo yesterday.
Okay?
I love carne asada.
You love the chorizo and the carne asada,
Oh,
huh?
man, I do. Man. I really do.
Man, car is getting hard over there here. I
love it so much. Oh, I'll get the wops going here too. I I finally finished. I got 2 bushels of tomatoes when I was in Toronto. I got the tomatoes. I finished the tomatoes. They're done. I got the jars. I know it's usually next week that they're supposed to happen, but I had to take the opportunity, get them while I was in the city, and bam, tomatoes are done. I got the rest of the weekend to watch F1, IndyCar, and football.
Sounds like a fucking amazing weekend.
Yeah, actually, I still have some other work to do. I'll sneak some of that in there, though.
Hey, man, it's better than me. I have to go watch mediocre bartenders make mediocre drinks and then post on our YouTube or our Instagram page like they're really good at what they do.
Aren't you their boss?
Yeah, but at this point, I have like little to no bandwidth where I'm like, is that place on fire? No. Okay, I don't want to deal with this then.
Oh, man. Hold on. This is for JCar. And for everyone.
You just wake up and then your heart is just pumping. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so those moments are crazy.
Man, I have not played that clip in ages.
It showed up a couple times in the World Cup, of course.
Car got some spicy chorizo. No mames, güey. Pinche chorizo. Muy pinche.
Oh, man. I love it. This is what I want. I want this
Pinche pera.
shit. Yeah, we're going to have fun again. The channel's going to be fun. I feel like the channel hasn't been like it was when we first started out.
Yeah, I think when is it? Our prime was when we were just like shithousing pro clubs right after every stream, like after because we did what was it? The Saturday call-in show. That's what it was. We did a call-in show on Saturday, and then like most of the guys that were listening would just pop up on pro clubs, and we would just like. I know Carr and I would just piss off Colin because Colin was like the boomer, and he would just take the ball and fucking send it down the wing and just cross it 100 times. And Carr's like, "Hey, pal, you got a couple options back here." He's like, "Bro, I got a golden whip here with my whipped crosses, bro. So why don't you just get in the box and just tap it in?"
Yeah, that wasn't the only thing that got that guy angry, though, was it?
He got angry about a lot of things, man.
Well, some of us had fun with it. Some of us just got angry. I just sucked.
We essentially like I feel like we always have a cranky old guy. Like like every point through our thing, throughout our business of doing this, we always have a cranky old ass dude.
And I thought
it used to be Colin, and now it's Primo.
At least Primo's not a conspiracy theorist. Not completely, anyways. I forgot we did this when we made a thumbnail called the Call-In Show, not the Call-In Show.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Man, JCar, you remember some funny shit. Love it. Yeah, we gotta figure this shit out again.
I still think, and the funny thing was like when we were covering stuff on Juve's Twitch, like how we met German Dave. I remember German Dave, like for some reason it was David Ellie talk, but I kept thinking it was Davide talk. I remember the one time it was, what was it? It was the Empoli game where we just got like housed like 4-5-0. And like the entire like animosity of the Juventus fan base was on Twitch, and they were just yelling shit. And then Dave comments on there, blink 3 times if you guys can't say anything negative. And I went like this, looked at the camera, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh man, yeah, those were interesting days.
Yes.
Dan, welcome in. Man, it's late for you too. Welcome in.
Tottenham reject Vicario. We're an actual mental like psychiatry office where we take, people that have mental disabilities and we reshape them like Vicario. So, we become the Galactusarray of Europe.
At the end of the day, Vicario costs nothing. It's a free loan, no obligation. See what he does.
Yeah, I remember. He says, remember you'd score. We'd all go crazy. David is like 68 rated striker.
I didn't play as much as everyone else.
The best part would be is like when you would drink when you play too. You'd be like, oh, fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck off there. You straight went full hoser too. Oh my goodness. Like there was times where it was just like straight hoser talk where like, oh, all right there, bud. All right, fucking hell. Get this ball over here, bud. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, what? What the hell?
We got to do that again. FC 27 is, I believe, the 27th of September.
Hey, if you have EA Play or Xbox Game Pass, you have 26 for free.
Yeah, Game Pass, you get it for free late in the season. If you have EA Play, you get it on release day. So my EA Play just renewed because I got the F1. Yeah, there's the F1 again.
I had the 10 free hours on my EA Play when we were doing it back then, and I had it. I was somehow able to squeeze it so damn long. It was hilarious.
Oh, nice. At the end of the day, like I get F1, I get FIFA. There's $160 right there. EA Play is $150 a year. So kind of makes sense. Just get it. And Dan's yelling. Is Dan drunk? Maybe I'm not the only one.
Could be.
Just yelling at her name. Hopefully there'll be some yelling. I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait to this Newcastle Liverpool game so I can just yell at both teams at once and not care who I'm pissing off.
I kind of want to do, like, if I'm available, I want to be here for a Barcelona watch along just so I could rage bait my Barca friends.
There'll be a Barca game for sure.
No, it's hilarious because, like, you know what? I'm going to clip this so I can post in the group chat. For some reason, there is allegations that I support Real Madrid in this group chat. And there is. And you, because we've been working together for 6 years, would know. Canadian Dave, am I any way, shape, or form a Real Madrid fan?
I don't know if there's like a Real Madrid fan that even watches this channel.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think they exist.
Miggy, Paramount, I am not a Real Madrid fan, and I will not support Real Madrid. I just hate Barcelona to the point where you guys are sitting there checking for Dash under the bed thinking I'm some kind of Real Madrid fan.
Why
And
did you
I'm
say
clipping this on
Paramount?
purpose. His name is Paramount. I'm name dropping them because they're like, no, you know, you just the way you make fun of Barcelona, you sound like a Real Madrid fan. This is how you know. There's two fan bases that are the most delusional fan bases in Europe. Arsenal and Barcelona, both of them, they are merged together to be called Barcelona or Arcelona or Barcelona. One of the
There's
two.
obviously a comment there that I do not remember, but is still very much in your head.
Which one?
You've been touched.
Ah, yes. Where on the doll has Florentino Perez touched you, boys? Yes.
Remember the Lazio fan that would come in and troll? Oh man, I hope he shows up this year because
that guy.
If anybody's getting trolled this year, it is.
Yeah.
They've already got kicked out of the Copa.
They're just trying to focus on league placements.
Sure. Gattuso, my lord.
Oh boy. Reasons
So
why former players don't make great coaches.
How did we not throw him into that conversation? He's a perfect example. If he gets another top job after Lazio, unless he can turn this around.
After he showed that he couldn't beat Bosnia.
In Bosnia, I keep on saying it, and it's partly because I saw them live at the World Cup. Like, they were so horrible to watch. They played such negative football. And they kind of play negative football as well at that elimination match against Italy. You know, a Bastoni happened, of course. But, I mean, if you're Italy and you can't beat that version of Bosnia. Now, what I also love, Juve, they tend to buy players that score against us. In this case, I know it was scored against Italy, but Alea Begovic did get a penalty goal and now plays for Juve. So, will there be more to come from him? Lazio out of the Italian Cup. Yeah. It was Mantova, I believe, they lost to.
Yeah.
Very, very embarrassing.
Hey, so I kind of want to keep making fun of Barcelona. So do we think Barcelona is winning everything this year? I don't think so.
Madrid, I think had a bad year last year and is upset with their performance. I think they're coming out.
Be careful. You might get those accusations there, buddy.
Listen, there's 2 teams in Spain, 2.5. Atleti can sometimes do things. You have to either go against Barca or you have to go against Madrid. And you're going to piss somebody off one way or another.
I just like pissing off Barca fans because they're stupid. It's honestly, I don't know why it's so entertaining because like during the World Cup they're just kind of like you're ready for the Ballon d'Or, and it's like, bro, he was like the 4th best player on Spain, and his season was mid.
Man, the Ballon d'Or discussion this year, the World Cup. Whenever there's a World Cup, it's going to get.
Did Simeone leave Atleti this year?
No,
I thought he was planning on leaving.
I miss him. I'm going to fact check that, but I'm pretty sure.
I was wondering, did he leave? Because I remember there was at some point where he was like, I'm fatigued and I'm leaving. And I'm like,
no, he's still there. Yeah, if he left, I would have heard that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was trolling people where I was like, hey, the best Madrid in Spain beat Barcelona multiple times this year. And then they were like, you're a Real Madrid fan. It's like, no, you dumbass Atletico.
Let's see. Does Sevilla do anything this year? They won their first match. Yeah, they've kicked off as well. Last week. Yeah, they started last week.
He would leave his kids and wife before Atleti. That is actually funny and true. That's so funny.
How many years has it been now?
It's been almost 12, 14. He's been there since 2013, I think, or 2012.
Answer is December 2011.
Holy
over
shit.
14 years. Wow. That is so rare these days.
Dude, you'd be lucky. Pep with Man City for 5 was rare.
I think what is it, 1.4-ish, something like that is the average lifespan of a coach.
Yeah.
4 seasons. And it's less in Italy. I think that's like the Premier League average.
You know, I think let's wrap this up with Ballon d'Or talk because I'm kind of curious here. Because Jeff said Rodri. Honestly, like, you guys are gonna hate me, but like, what if it's Harry Kane?
I've always liked Harry Kane. I'm not opposed to that.
71 goals so far, and he could still add to it.
Yeah. I would be okay with that. Rodri's obviously going to be in the discussion.
Look, I'm fine if people say Yamin Tamales is not top 3.
He didn't do anything in the World Cup. Again, it's a World Cup year. So much is going to be placed on the World
because
Cup.
Here's my issue is everyone's kind of like the Ballon d'Or changes the criteria every fucking year at this point. It's whoever they want to market it more.
This is also true.
And it's like, for me, like, the issue that I have is that, like, for example, the World Cup man of the matches were fan voted. Those weren't actual, like, based off of statistics. It was fan voted.
I never really pay attention to those anyways. I don't put much stock in them.
Yeah, I know. And like, for example, the fact that, like, Messi apparently has an argument is insane to me. Yeah. Even back then when he won it in 2022, they're like, oh, yeah, the World Cup was the reason he won it. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Is there enough anti-Messi, anti-Argentina now that, like, the pushback is real? That, and of course, with what FIFA have been doing behind the scenes and getting in a little bit of trouble, now that they need to, like, take a step back from match fix. I'm just going to call it out and say match fixing.
Spain spanked that dude so damn hard that it was to the point where it's just like, now, like, your god is absolute dog shit. That's what happened. Like, it all came crumbled. Like, Spain did a lot more than just win the World Cup. They absolutely just destroyed an entire rhetoric that they were trying to build with Argentina and Messi for a very, very, like, for the entire tournament. But again, I don't want to go into that. We can go into that some other time. But, like, I think right now, I would say Harry Kane is number 1. And contrary to popular belief, I would say Kylian Mbappe is number 2. And then it's a toss-up between Ousmane Dembele and Olise. to round that off.
Yeah, but I don't see Dembele or Elise winning it.
I think Dembele has an argument because of back-to-back troubles. There's an argument, but Harry Kane, absolutely insane. Mbappe, like Champions League goal scorer leader, World Cup goal scorer, record holder. And then you have, I think he was the top scorer of La Liga. Dembele, again, you could say with what he did with PSG, Olise absolutely has been killing it on the assists. I think he led multiple comps with assists. And then I would say for 6, if we want to throw in the World Cup performance, you got to throw Jude Bellingham.
Definitely in the conversation as well.
And then I would say, and this is again, Barcelona fans, please, if you listen, Rafinha was better than Yamal last season. Jeff, I think you follow Barca, so you can answer that question for me. I'm going to say this. Rafinha was better than Yamal last year.
Yamal,
Rafinha was the reason Barcelona won the league last year.
I mean, Yamal's the next great thing, sure, but we also have to remember that
is he though?
He's still a child.
He's 19.
Yeah, a child in some jurisdiction. You got to be 21 in America to do anything. So he's a fucking child.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying, though, right? Like he still has growth. Just like how people are hyping up Yildiz or Nico Paz or any of these. Alea Begovic is apparently the greatest. He's the next fucking Kvaratskhelia or something. It's the classic. Oh, we love the young ones. He's the greatest thing. He's just like this player or that. Simmer down. Give him a couple years. Maybe by the time he's 23, 24. But like the kid's still 19. Hey, take him out of that conversation. He's not there yet.
But with the position that he plays in, he's literally one knee injury away from his career being done.
And sure. Yeah, that could also happen.
Like by the time, like, if he doesn't migrate centrally by the time he's 25, so like from 19 to about 22, 23, that is like his peak. Like in terms of production, that's going to be his peak. Like that is where he's supposed to pop off. If he doesn't, then either he migrates a little bit more into the middle because, like, no offense, he ain't built like Ronaldo was when Ronaldo was 27, 28. Because, like, if some of you old dogs in here that watched the Premier League back in 2007 and 2008, have you seen clips of Ronaldo in 2007 and 2008? Holy shit. That guy
Ronaldo is... The thing is, Ronaldo is so disciplined, so just focused on making himself the best that unless you have, because you do need the raw talent. I mean, look at Neymar, raw talent, partied every single night, whereas Ronaldo will yell.
Yeah, Neymar had more talent than both Ronnie and Messi. He just didn't train.
Didn't do anything with it. But Ronaldo is so hyper focused, and even now, like 42, and he's still one of the most elite athletes, hands down, in the world. Because he's so focused.
The crazy thing about it, metabolically, his body, like, yes, he's 42, but like if you were to look at his metabolic age, it's like 29, 30.
Maybe even younger, man. That guy's an absolute machine.
Insane. It is insane. And this is where, like, for example, where it kind of pissed me off. Yeah, young Ronaldo partied until he had his first kid. Yeah, because that's when he shifted over, is when he moved over to Madrid. But and a lot of people kind of like overlook this, and people are kind of like, what did Ronaldo do to the game for the game? I'm like, Ronaldo did a lot for the game. Ronaldo showed people what having a proper diet, nutrition plan, consistent workout plans outside of just lifting weights and running a lot. Ronaldo essentially blew open the whole physical nutrition and conditioning game wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, for example, Messi was just a given talent. I don't think, like, Messi really revolutionized the game with anything. I think, again, he just was insane at what he did. But, like, Ronaldo kind of gave a doorway for people that aren't technically gifted. Because, like, for example, if you look at a lot of the players now, and it might be a bad thing, but look at all the players now, physically athletic. All of them are athletes. Whereas back then, some guys were, some guys weren't. We're now everyone is again trying to follow a certain similar strength and conditioning plan that Ronnie did. Same thing with their nutritional plans. Are they going to get the same results? No, because I think Ronaldo was absolutely insane with it. I mean, you can even ask Evra. Evra would give you stories of how crazy his training was.
When
But
Ronaldo
now,
went back to United, they got rid of the desserts at dinner. Like that's the kind of effect he has.
yeah, yeah,
He just
Ronaldo
shames
tanked.
you. He'll just
He
like look
tanked.
at you.
He tanked Coca-Cola stock
And
in the
that,
Euros.
yeah, I mean, he sets a different standard in terms of like strength conditioning and wellness. And in today's day and age, and I'm not saying it won't happen. There's always those individuals, but more so in today, we've kind of pendulumed a little bit, right? You go through the 80s, like Maradona. I mean, everyone in the 80s was on cocaine, what have you, right? Like people were not at that conditioning. They weren't looking at the diet. Then coming into the 2000s, the 2010s, that's all it was about. But now, because it's all about the individual, I don't know. I just don't think these kids are as serious anymore, right? They're more concerned about the image, but in terms of like a toxic image, like how they look on social media, how they present themselves with their bling, and not to be, I guess, a totem for what Ronaldo did, is that strength conditioning, that wellness, just overall health and training, and just hard work to be the best. So I mean, Yamal, maybe because he is so young, and this is why we have to chill out on him a little bit. But maybe a few years down the line, maybe he needs the kid like Ronaldo did to stop partying, what have you. When you take somebody like Yamal and then have him train to the nth degree, that's when you have a champion. But if you just have 19-year-old Yamal continue to be 19-year-old Yamal, look at our problems with both Chiesa and Vlahovic. They had the raw talent. They show up, and they're more concerned about their Instagram account than actually train. Like the fact that Dusan was out multiple times a season with a lower back strain, dude. Like if Ibrahimovic was on that team, like that kid would have been like chewed up and spit out. That shit doesn't exist anymore, or at least it's not a norm. But we went from drinking beers and snorting cocaine to the pinnacle of Ronaldo to how do I look on Instagram? Do my pink Adidas boots look sexy enough for the gram?
Well, I think, yeah, because with 2014, he had that degenerative condition in his knee where he had to essentially adjust his entire play style because, like, for example, he couldn't play on the wing anymore because the soft tissue in his knee was degenerating, and the more up and down transitional movements that he was doing would strain it even more. So that's why Ronaldo kind of shifted more centrally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tento Singh Holland. Yeah, he's probably the next best
Yeah.
example that is out there.
That guy's a fucking unit.
Yeah, absolutely. To the point where, and actually, that's a great example. He doesn't have to go out of his way to post Instagram stories to make people to say, "Oh, look how good I am." People are going out of their way to take photos and videos of Holland to show to the world how insane he is. He doesn't have to do it himself. Other people are inspired because of how fucking amazing he is at it himself. The rest takes care of it.
Could you imagine that Dusan was trying to comp himself to him?
And that fans bought in on that?
Yep.
Because, as an example, I got a guy at work, doesn't really know football. You started watching some of the World Cup, just, to get into it, I suppose. And he ended up becoming like a Holland stand, if you will. Just like absorbed with Holland and was sending me Instagram stuff every single day about Holland. I'm like, dude, like I don't even care about this guy that much. And like I actually knew that he existed 2 months ago and you didn't, But that's the effect that he has had, that he can take just normal dudes off the street. And like this friend of mine, he's a bit tubby. He's not in great shape. But he like gets these videos of him just being amazing. To all these other guys, I don't know, you want to talk about Mbappe and Bellingham and whatever, man.
I think, yeah, like, I mean, yeah, but like Bellingham's also, if you look at him with how he does stuff too, like,
It's okay. So my issue with Bellingham is
he's British.
no. I think both Argentina and England, with their antics towards the end of that World Cup semifinals, finals, they've kind of proven to themselves to be children mentally.
Well, yeah, Bellingham is 23 years old. I mean, what do you expect?
And these are the things that I need to see. Like, we're talking about Yamal being the greatest, and he's 19. And then you say, okay, wait till he's 23. Even at 23, is he going to be it?
No, you're still a dickhead at 23.
Right? So, Ronaldo, we're talking about 2014. So he was, going
Yeah,
for like
that's-
6 years at that point?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's when he had that issue with his knee where it's the thing that was degenerative.
Yeah. Holland Snaps. I didn't even know he had Snapchat. I've never used Snapchat. But, I mean, the memes on Holland are unreal, especially during the World Cup. It was nuts. Probably forgets he has social media accounts sometimes. I bet, yeah, because he doesn't need to do anything. Holland being Holland is the effect. Ronaldo being Ronaldo. Like when he said, no coca, solo aqua.
He's like, yeah, he's like, you just need to drink water, no pop.
That became the image. That became the meme. Ronaldo being Ronaldo is what became social media, right? Those are your champions. Everyone else just pretend.
Everyone else just sucks. Everyone just sucks.
Yeah, Bellingham's always crying, but he's amazing. Yeah. You know how I feel about grown men crying.
Yeah.
Unnecessary. All right, Dash, we waffled here. It's 8:00.
Yeah.
Which is good. We got
See,
a lot off the chest.
this is why I can't be here that often, because I get Dave and I get him to waffle for 2 hours, and then he's gonna be like, "Oh well, fuck, man, I had shit to do. Now it's all this," and it's like, I'm like, "Sorry, Dave. You know, this is why you guys kicked me out and locked me in the basement, but you guys decided, you know, German Dave had the runs, so you're like, hey, Dash, can you come back, or you know." No, ironically, when we were planning this video, I was the first one to say, "Hey, I'm available for this," and everyone's like, "What?"
Yeah, and then it was Dave that dropped out.
I know, little bastard.
That's funny. Ronaldo's performative nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
is.
he's also 42.
And he also is married to one of the most like beautiful women in Spain. So
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not trying to die.
nobody is. No, yeah,
no,
nobody,
like
nobody
I'm
is.
not even a Ronaldo fan. But like I
They
can
might
respect
accuse
what
you
he's
as one,
done.
though. They might accuse you as one. Barca
He
fans
might. Yes, I'm definitely a Barca fan. Then I must be. No, that would make me a Madrid fan.
Madrid fan. Yeah, I was gonna say Madrid
Yeah.
fan.
Could I be a Barca fan and a Ronaldo fan? Am I allowed to do that?
No, that's debauchery. It's either haha or hala Madrid. One of the two. You can't have both. There's no no both, my friend. No.
Actually, I have it somewhere. I do have a Barcelona scarf that I got when I was in Barcelona.
I don't have any merch of any of those teams. Everyone keeps saying, like, you know, it's funny. Oh, this was great. This is how I know Barcelona fans are ass. The Ronaldo jersey I have back here. They're like, see, you're a Ronaldo fan confirmed. You have a Ronaldo Juventus jersey, so you supported him at Real Madrid. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, where does those two come together?
It must be. How about your other jersey? Nobody
That one's
comments on that one.
Yeah, no one comments on the Platini one. Because I don't even think they know that that's a Platini jersey.
It was hard. I forgot which one it was too, and I have that jersey too, don't I?
Yeah, they sent it to both of us.
Yeah.
it was payment for our employment.
Yeah, we got paid. We got paid in sweaters.
Yeah, we got paid in sweaters, and t-shirts, and a baseball cap, and a coffee mug.
Was it me who cut your Achilles with the lumberjack axe? No, my swings are true, man.
No, you want to know what? It was a blown coverage, and I took a negative step. That's what blew my Achilles out. Fucking negative step.
Yeah,
It's the same. Have you ever seen the Halliburton Achilles tear in the finals 2 years ago? That's pretty much what happened to me. I took a negative step because Guy missed the ball entirely, and I was like, "Oh, hey, loose ball, counterattack, step, pop." Oh shit, my Achilles is gone.
Yeah. That's how they happen. And Dan, man, we gotta kill this soon. But Endrick to Liverpool, I can see that maybe happening because Liverpool can throw a bit of money around. But
I forgot Endrick was even anything because I remember a couple years ago everyone was losing his mind, and then like he kind of just fell off a cliff. And
perfect
then...
example. Yeah. Oh, the next greatest thing is amazing.
He's a kid. What's with my people liking minors so much? I guess some grown ass men that are like going after minors.
No, and that is a super weird thing when you have these 45-year-old content creators and they're like yanking it to an 18-year-old.
Yeah, it's like it's weird to me. Like they're all like, it's like I kind of want to yell out loud. He's here to meet a 16-year-old boy. Like I don't know. It just seems odd to me that like there's this whole like thing about minors. Like
It's
it was
weird.
the same thing with, like same thing with Barca and like Yamal. Like they're like, oh yeah, he's still bro. He's 19. He's not a minor anymore. Like chill the fuck out.
Well, even when Juve picked up Alea Begovic, it was like, oh my god, this guy's amazing.
We have a minor.
Like, I mean, he
What are we, Drake?
Oh man, that guy's still alive. I know he is.
He's the greatest thing to come out of Canada. What are you talking about?
I thought that was Alanis Morissette. Oh Jesus! Thank you. Salute. What does this say? And respects. Man, I'm old. I don't know what RSPX means. Davey King of Juve Media Podcast crossed the pond. We've been following you on the Juve news and updates. Greetings from an entire Italian national rugby team. You're from the Italian, like the rugby team? Okay, Juve Media Podcast. I gotta look you up. Juve Media Podcast.
No,
I don't get a lot of.
You're that, hey, Davey, king of the you, Dave.
Okay, see, I'm trying to translate. Am I an idiot? I'm an idiot. Okay, thank you. Am I the king? I'm just not the king. What's Dash then?
Yeah, yes, sure.
I can't take a compliment.
I am not worthy of your presence. I am sorry. I will go away. You know, I come back. See, this is what happens. I come back. Someone starts donating money.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you. With the shirt, your shirt says "savage as fuck."
Yes, you are.
Jake Hart is asking, and now I feel dumb because I'm forgetting the kid's name. So Di Gregorio and Perrine all but gone. I think it's just waiting the official announcement right now. So they have called up the next gen goalkeeper. Oh man. What's his name?
He's probably a minor.
He's definitely a minor. Defara. No, the Defara's who they got rid of last year. Radu. Radu is who it is. Yes, and BJ comes in with Radu. Yes, Ricardo Radu. He is 19. So he has been officially listed on the first team. And yes, I am a boomer. Okay, technically I'm not a boomer. I'm just a millennial. I'm just a millennial. And I love this now. No, this is funny shit. So because we love just blaming generations. And we all love to hate Gen Z for good reasons. But millennials got a lot of hate. Now millennials are kind of cool. I don't know. It's like we hit our midlife crisis and now we're cool again.
It's because we realize that you guys are so traumatized from the boomers and how much they fucked you guys up. That the generations under you are understanding it now, and they're kind of like, ah, shit, yeah, you guys totally got fucked.
Yeah. Anyways, shit, I lost my train of thought. All these comments coming in. And Jules, you gave me. We've never had Jules before.
Jules.
Yeah, Jules are a new thing. Thank you for the Jules as well. It's a YouTube thing. YouTube's changing all the time, man.
That's how you know I've been gone for a while. I had no idea what the hell that was.
You're the boomer.
I
That's what I was going on about. The boomers. Okay, so millennials are broken down into old millennials and new millennials.
So
Yes,
what
they've
is it?
split millennials in half now,
What
and
does
right
that
now
what
the
does that
older
make me?
millennials are the cooler ones apparently, and the younger ones are still the whiny bitches.
Hmm.
So I'm an
So-
old millennial.
So then what am I?
You're what are you? You're on the border of millennial and Gen Z, aren't you?
I think so. Mentally,
So
I feel like a millennial.
yeah, you probably act more like a millennial because you're a crusty old fuck. You work like a millennial.
I work like a no. I was gonna say I work like a boomer, but no, I work like a millennial. Insane hours, cleaning up messes.
Yeah, boomers work 9 to 5, collect a pension after 20 years, and fuck off.
Me, that'd be nice. See, I feel like I think I can even see it on camera. Like, holy hell! Like, I've got a bunch of like silver hairs on my beard. That's how cooked I am.
Last time I donated shots of ketchup were
Yo,
taken.
that's true. That is very, very true. I totally forgot about that.
That was for two. Speaking of which, we're almost at 2,500. It's been a bit of a slow roll, but
Oh God, isn't that? Didn't I say I had to do like the fucking tell all after dark if we hit 2,500?
yeah. What did he have to tell though? Was it about Colombians?
No, it wasn't about Colombians. Unfortunately, that was a one-time experience. That
Okay.
kind of sucks. But no, because I think I was like saying something. I'm trying to remember it because like I hopped on a stream and I was like, all right, if we ever hit 2,500 before the season starts, I'll do like a tell-all where I've been like the last like 6-8 months.
Well, we're at 2473, so we
Oh
need.
yeah.
We're close. Close. Let's get it there. Dash will have to show up again.
Yeah, I will have to show up and talk about cocaine and hookers.
Is that what you've been doing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just like the 80s. See, you are a boomer.
Oh, man, okay, I'm okay. All right.
Yeah, Tento saying the day we sold the Farda on Twitter, people were actually like we sold Prime Buffon.
I'm telling you, dude. Like for some reason, there's this fixation with minors.
And I mean, we can go on to Baranachea.
Do we want to talk about Samuel Illing Jr.? Because like I know
Illing,
where he is right now.
Do you
I had
even
everyone-
remember the team?
Yeah, it's some like fucking middle of nowhere 4th or 5th division squad.
Yeah, I can't remember. Illing Jr. now plays for Market Bolton. He's playing for Bolton.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, we sold this amazing player. Samuel Illing Jr. is this. Samuel Illing Jr. is that. You guys are stupid. Blah blah blah." And it's like, where is he now? Where's Baranachea now? Hey, is Hoyson's career doing well? No, neither is Hoyson. So,
And who did we sell when we got Ekator as well now? That left back. Puksha. Yeah, people are losing their mind over Puksha. Let's see what he does. Probably not much. Essentially, at the end of the day, all the big clubs are doing this. You got to use your youth system to finance the first team. They're not all going to make it.
it's
Sometimes
never
they
been
do.
like where they all make it. Like it's rare when that
Look at
happens.
Moretti.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like-
he's one of the better ones.
The only good crop I would say is like, for example, the mid to late 2000s of La Masia. Like, that's the only time like a youth system has generated something that's like absolutely insane.
Like where they're
Like-
coming all into the first team and like becoming something.
Yeah. Other than that, it's not really a normal thing. Again, your youth system is where you generate decent sized players and you send them to your mid table teams so you can get a profit. So those mid table teams can use those talents so they can not get relegated.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what it was. Like, I mean, Belotti, Immobile, all those guys that came in through the Juve system went out. They were again players for your Torinos. The one guy at Sassuolo that we always got, Berardi, that we kept getting linked with.
Mobley officially retired last week.
He did.
But yeah, he was another interesting one. Did well for Lazio. Nothing for the national team. System player, right? Like Toon Coop Miners. Great for Atalanta, hasn't done shit since. And Even for Netherlands, it's just like,
I
yeah.
mean, Andrea Bellotti was insane during his heyday, but outside of that, nothing really coming from him.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not to shit on these players. It's just
No,
it's that hard. Like
not
to
easy.
be a mainstay at a top team. First of all, you have to be in like the top of 1% to even show up to the dance.
Yeah.
And then you have to be the top 1% of that 1% to play for your Chelsea's, Arsenal's, Barcelona, whoever, like all these top teams. I mean, we can shit on Samuel Elling Jr. because he's playing for Bolton now, but at the end of the day,
See, it's not even like shitting on Sam. It's more so shitting on like the people that were on social media that were thinking that we just like got rid of Saka or like another Jude Bellingham or something. Like that.
and
That's where. Go ahead.
no, it's just like these guys. Maybe they have a trajectory, but then they hit the ceiling. You know,
Yeah.
that ceiling has to continue to move up until you're like 30, essentially. And if it stops at 22, well, sorry, man.
Sorry, bud. Mid-table, you go.
I mean, we're the assholes that are on the internet here. I mean, pointing at you too, chat. Like, none of us made it. All of us hit a ceiling at some point,
Yeah. If I
and didn't get better,
didn't tear my shit up, I'd be a pro.
or got
That's
an
the
injury.
most
I mean,
common-
no,
that's
but
the
that
most-
does happen.
That's the most common argument I hear from people. I didn't fuck my leg up. You know what's funny? Like there's these kids that, play in our pickup group that are like 22, 23 years old. They think they're like the shit and everything. And it was funny because like one of them was chirping at me and my buddy. And my buddy was like, "How old are you?" 22. And he's like, "Look where you're playing at 22 years old." And he's like, "Me and Dash were playing in way more competitive leagues at your age than you are right now." So it's like, shut the fuck up, man.
You always have those guys, the ego,
Oh,
and that's another reason
funny.
why you won't make it big. Is if your ego is bigger than your skill level.
Oh, yeah.
And the amount of times
Like I said,
happens.
young, dumb, and full of cum.
happens. Like my favorite too. Like I just remember this playing hockey because I played hockey pretty late into my life as well. And you're playing with these guys who are like in their 30s, and they're still deking themselves out on the blue line and going offside. And it's just like we're in a men's league, man. It's just like fucking
Chill.
pass the puck up.
Chill.
Yeah, it's clear that none of us are making it. We're all 35. Like, we're down, bro.
What more do you want?
Yeah, I mean, come on. So mentality. It's all the mental game, and
Yeah, it's funny because if I was 22 years old, I would take someone on a 1v1 and dribble. Now it's like when I get the ball, I just look for an option and I just pass it. And they're like, "Why do you pass it? Why don't you just like dribble or shoot or something like that?" And I'm like, "Why would I?" I'm like, "It's a stupid play to make. Like, there's three people in front of me. What the fuck? You want me to dribble through three people? Like, have you lost your damn mind?"
Yeah, it's the IQ.
Or like, for example, I'm back to goal. I have my winger wide open for a tap in, and instead of me turning and doing a turn and shooting, I just lay it off for him. They're like, "He doesn't shoot." I'm like, "Well, because I don't need to." Like, come on, people. Like, use your noggin.
I mean, and this is why I love starting to coach now. I saw the perfect example here last game we played. U15s, I mean, keep in mind. But there's one kid that's clearly just faster, more technical, just better than everyone. He was on the other team. And he kept on dribbling at my guys. And he would cook them. And he got a couple goals, whatever. But, you make the in-game adjustment. Oh, this is the only guy that's attacking the defense. Okay, double mark him. He's out of the game. He's done.
Yeah.
He's useless. Easy, man.
So it was funny. So I was watching. We're playing last game of the regular season, and I had a knee sprain, so I had to sit those two games, and I was just coaching their team, our men's team, the whole time, and we were up 3-0, and we conceded two, and it was stupid turnovers. And the thing is like, I don't know if people know me, like chat. I don't think you guys know me when I get like into it, when I'm focused. Like I am like, shut the fuck up. So
Locked in.
yeah, so like for example, so one of the guys, he pisses me off. I don't like this dude. I'm just gonna be honest with you. He's on our team. I don't know why he was on our team, but he's there and he's like, "We need to change the formation and do this, this, and this." And I look at him. I said, "Shut the fuck up." And everyone's like, "What?" I'm like, "Stop turning the fucking ball over and we'll be fine." I said, "We don't need to change the formation. If we change the formation, we open up to being pressured because then they'll know that we're playing scared. So we're going to go in the second half with the same lineup, with the same style of play, and take care of the fucking ball. If you do that, we'll be fine." What? I said, "Dude, you're too fat and too slow to do the moves that you're doing." Like, I'm sorry. I'm just going to be blunt with you. So either you sit the fuck down and sit at the bench and not turn the ball over, or you be on the field and you play with your age. And we went out there and guess what? We scored 4. And then they didn't score a single goal on us since. So it's one of those things where it's just like, use your noggin. A lot of times, like, people don't. Like, it's interesting because, like, there was we lost one game this season, and it was because we somehow, and I was playing goalkeeper that game. So when I play, it's hard for me to manage the formations when I'm on the field. So for 4 minutes, we started blowing coverages and making stupid mistakes and everything like that. And then the group chat like went into fucking haywire after the game. Like, we need to do this. We need to adjust this. We need to blah, blah, blah this. We need to do this. And then I went in the chat and I like called everybody. I'm like, "Guys, shut the fuck up. Relax. It was 4 minutes. It's not like they cooked us for 20. We made stupid mistakes. I can individually point out and say who made them, unless you guys want to say them yourselves. It was, we didn't focus for 4 minutes. We got rattled. We made some bad coverages. We made some bad decisions. Overall, we had more chances than they did. We were up 3-0. We blew a 3-0 lead. We didn't convert the chances in the second half. We didn't score a single goal in the second half. Guys, we're fine." And then after that, we went on a 6-7 game win streak and we won the league. So it's like, that's why, like, for example, and you're going to learn it too, Dave, once you start diving more into the coaching aspect, is like, people are stupid. Parents.
Well, I don't need the coach to know that.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, for example, like, parents will say some stupid shit. Because, like, I had people, like, when I would be organizing subs, "You need to make a sub. You need to make this. You need to make that." And I'd look at them and be like, "Guys, can you, like, shut the fuck up and let me do my thing?" Because it's like, you'll see certain things and you'll see the certain style of play and the flow of the game and everything like that. And it just kind of like one of those things, once you get used to it, it's a total different thing. And honestly, like, from a coaching perspective, you need to have that, like, understanding, if I shift things or if I change things quickly or the timing of everything, it throws everything off. And you always have to be very, very structured on how you make your adjustments and the way that you kind of do stuff. Because, like, one of the guys absolutely fucked up the play and it could cost you, but, like, you can't just go up to him and be like, "Hey man, you fucking dickhead, what the fuck's wrong with you?" Right? Where it's just like, "Hey, what did you do wrong there?" Like, it's a whole plethora of communication and things like that, which totally different aspect to the game.
Yep. Everything's an opportunity to learn. And I mean, there's the moments where obviously when you're in the moment, emotions, you get heated up, but you have to be able to talk and be straight. This is just life skills, honestly. It's not coaching. It's not a sport. This is just life.
Yeah.
It happens. And that's where you get the respect. You know, if you ever have a problem with another person and you're just able to go and talk it out, whatever it may be, just talk it out. Even if you don't agree at the end of the day, but you're just kind of, everyone knows where you stand. At the end of that conversation, at least they know where it is you position yourself, right? So you can come to that understanding. You can have that open communication. It's like, okay, well, you're here, you're there. You can come to some sort of agreement, meet you halfway, right? It just use your words. Just be a good human being and talk things out. We're never always going to agree. We're not even going to necessarily like each other, but you can respect each other.
Yeah.
And if you have that, anything is possible. Man, that sounded cheesy.
Look at you being all sentimental. Who's a good guy? Yes, you are.
No, it's just so infuriating, right? Like, I have so many examples, and I always remember these examples where, maybe I fucked up, maybe the other person fucked up, maybe we're both in the wrong, or just a difference of opinion. But it's whenever we come face to face and talk about it, I always remember that because it's such a learning experience just to grow as a human. And I mean, otherwise, what happens? Oh, this person's a cunt. Fuck that motherfucker. I hate that bitch. What? And that's it. Just becomes toxic. Otherwise, right? And then it takes away from the productivity. It becomes worse.
He's taking notes here. People taking notes.
Yeah, take notes, guys.
Take notes. It's one of the few Dave gems you'll get all year.
Fuck, this is why we just gotta. Are we gonna kill the show yet? Fuck. 2 hours and 10 minutes now.
Yeah, we should probably kill this.
Okay. So Sunday, doubleheader, black and white all round. We're gonna do Newcastle, Liverpool, and then Juventus Frosinone. There's gonna be an overlap, so we'll be here for both.
Make sure, guys, make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff. And fuck Barcelona.
Go Madrid.
No, fuck no. God, no. Absolutely not. But seriously.
And the trolling begins. There'll be lots more of that, guys.
Oh, yes. Love you, Biggie.
See you on Sunday.